Hello, today we're talking about old souls in twin flame or soulmate union, and this is our top 10 signs of old souls in soulmate or twin flame union. I'm Sophia. I'm here with Sarah.
Hello.
Hi. So the term old soul is pretty common knowledge, and being old souls is one of the characteristics of a soulmate or twin flame union. Due to the spiritual connection and past life experiences, it makes sense that many soulmates and twin flames are old souls. We've had a few people comment on our website articles and our YouTube videos asking us how they can tell if they are old souls. So we decided to do a podcast and YouTube video about it. So let's go through some of the ways you can tell if you and your spiritual partner are old souls. Now, keep in mind we're speaking in terms of individuals as opposed to couples, since twin flames and soulmates are not always old souls. Okay, so we're talking about individual people, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay, number one, you can see the forest through the trees. You and your soulmate or twin flame don't get caught up in the little things or sweat the small stuff. You're conscious of the bigger plan and how we're all part of that plan. You're consciously aware of how everything you do affects everything and everyone else. You understand that we are all pieces of a much bigger picture and that we're all connected spiritually to one another.
Right, and another way to tell that you're an old soul is that you prefer maturity to childishness. So you would gravitate more towards mature people, especially when you're younger. Relating to people your age is difficult, okay, and you tend to move toward an older crowd or older people or more mature than you, okay? People may have remarked how mature you are or were for your age while you were growing up, and you welcome the wisdom and experiences of older people. And we don't mean like, 80, 90-year-old people. We just mean people older than you, and find them easier to talk with and relate to. This causes you to feel different, right? And that also causes you to sometimes not fit in very well with your peers. And you can find them difficult to relate to, so you kind of like don't fit in. So from a young age, you express wisdom, depth, and maturity beyond your years. You also may gravitate towards classical literature, music, and movies.
Mm-hmm. And another would be that you focus on quality, not quantity. You don't need material goods to feed your ego or to elevate your social status. You're more concerned with the quality of the company you keep rather than the number of friends you have. Old souls treasure good friends. Although you may only have a few, you'd rather have a few treasured good friends because casual acquaintances don't mean much at all to you. You look for people that you can really relate to, who you really click with, who understand the deeper meanings in life rather than someone who you can just pass the time with. If there is no one currently around who you can relate to, you'd prefer to be alone. Superficiality in people is a major turnoff to old souls, like major. It may be hard for you to find true friends, so you would rather and be more comfortable hanging out in smaller circles than big crowds.
Right, so that kind of like leads into something I'd like to talk about, which is you enjoy solo time. You enjoy being by yourself. You're comfortable being alone, more so than the average person. Old souls embrace their time alone to better understand themselves, understand others, to seek wisdom, and to enjoy solitary activities. Of course, you can feel lonely, but you have the ability to entertain yourselves as opposed to needing to be entertained by others. So something like curling up with a good book, doing some artwork, focusing on some some other thing, project that you're doing around the house, building some kind of hobby, whatever, is more enjoyable to you than going to a party with tons of people.
Mm-hmm. And along with that goes the feeling of feeling like an outsider. At many times during your lifetime, you may have felt as if you didn't belong. Seeing and feeling how different you are makes you, at times, felt alone and misunderstood. You may find yourself wishing you're more like everyone else. Others may label you as like weird or eccentric or whatever because you seem a bit out of place. Old souls may have a real hard time in adolescence, more than most, because of the labels put upon them by others, especially, saying as you're going through, grade school, high school, whatever. However, when you get older, you embrace your differences and no longer want to be like everyone else and really have no desire at all to fit in. You are very happy in the little niche and the little cocoon you've created for yourself.
And you know why that is? Because you know yourself very well, right? So an old soul will know themselves better than others will know them, except for their soulmate or twin flame, of course. Because of the time and energy you expend going deep within your psyche, you accept who you are. You know who you are, warts and all. So old souls are more willing to acknowledge strengths and weaknesses at an earlier age. So this in turn will lead to self-acceptance, healthy self-esteem, and awareness at a younger age as well.
Mm-hmm. And although this isn't, this one doesn't necessarily go, everyone, a lot of old souls really have a love of history. Old souls often find themselves connecting very strongly with history. They feel deeply connected to, architecture, art, ruins, from many different time periods. When visiting a country or a place, you've never been to before, it can feel like home. This, of course, can indicate that you've been there in one or more past lives. You may resonate with certain time periods, be it the way they dressed, and again, the art and architecture of the time, you name it.
And so I think this is an important one. I think we're down to 8 of them at this point. But spiritual awareness is awakened early on. So spirituality, religions, and a life purpose are fascinating to old souls. Okay, they may dabble in different religions or philosophies and try to connect all the dots with all the different religious dogmas that are out there until they find what speaks to them. So you're hungry for knowledge and steadfast on a quest to find a deeper meaning to life. You embrace the spiritual practice as one of your life goals is to expand your spiritual awareness as you reach towards ascension. And by that we mean getting to the place of your final last lifetime. You're driven by deep relationships with people and search for meaning in everyday experiences. You also have a very strong intuition and you're able to see the connections in everything.
Mm-hmm. Time is a precious commodity to old souls, and they don't like to waste it. As an old soul, you're more aware of the fleeting nature and the true value of time. Where many let time pass them by, you tend to be more aware of how you spend your time. You want to fill your time on earth with important experiences, people, and knowledge. You're not really a procrastinator of necessarily your bucket list. You don't like to waste time, and you feel like there isn't enough time to accomplish all you want to. And you may feel there's a pressure to get things done, and you may have more of a sense of urgency than other people. Fulfilling your lifetime goals is very important to old souls. And they're also very conscious of their bucket list, lifetime goals, whatever you want to call it, at an earlier age.
Right. They really want to get those things accomplished early on in life even. So I think the last one that we talked about before we came on the air was you possess an old soul will possess wisdom and others will seek it out. So people will naturally gravitate toward old souls when seeking wisdom. And that's because you're easy to talk to and offer wise advice to others to help them on their journey. Many old souls speak in a way others find soothing, comforting, and non-judgmental. They like that they're talking to an old friend or someone who really understands what they're going through. That's what it really feels like to them. They feel like they're talking to an old friend or someone who really gets them and someone who really connects and understands them. It's very easy for them to open up to you and will talk to you about anything and everything because they feel safe.
So if you recognize yourself and or your soulmate or twin flame in these signs, there's no doubt you're an old soul. It would be a great exercise to discuss your historical interests, time periods, and places to see where the intersection of your lives may appear. Perhaps it will provide some clarity to your relationship and gain even a deeper understanding, to your soulmate or twin flame blueprint. It may also open up a gateway to your shared past lives. Regardless, it'll make for interesting conversations.
Oh, absolutely. Some really interesting conversations. So you can find us on SoulmateTwinflameGurus.com. And on that site, there's links to all of our social media, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Pinterest, all of it. We do have a YouTube channel, so you can find that if you're listening to this on a podcast by going to that website, SoulmateTwinflameGurus.com. We also have
because we have content on YouTube that we don't have.
We have content on YouTube that we don't have on the podcast, right? So, also we have an app that links to everything, so that may be the way to go. And the app is available for both Android and iOS. It's free. You can get it in your app store by looking for Soulmates Twin Flames. You'll know it's us because you can see our pictures, okay? And if you are watching this on YouTube, thank you so much for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe. And if you are listening to this on our podcast, no matter where you're listening to it for the podcast, thank you so much for listening. If you have had any old soul experiences in your lifetime, please share them with our other listeners and readers into the comments section of wherever you may be listening to this from. Other than that, we also are trying to do podcasts and YouTube videos. Brand new ones will come out every Monday and Wednesday. Other than that...
Monday and Friday.
Sorry, Monday and Friday. Sorry.
It is what it is.
Sorry, my phone was ringing. It got my brain discombobulated.
Okay, bye.
All right, bye.